Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unfailing Yourself and a continuation of the series Women Empowerment and Have Coffee With Me. So cheers to the coffee, which by the way guys, we are being a bit of a fraud. It's not coffee, it is green tea, but who cares? You know, the point is we're together and we're going to talk, and that's the biggest thing that we're going to go off with. Okay, so I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, and if you're not, then just wonder. But I'm sitting with Karishma. Just say hi to everybody.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
There's a camera in front of my face.
Pretend that it's not there.
But
That's
I'm
literally
good.
what everybody says. Just pretend that it's not there, as if that's
That helps.
gonna make it a
exactly.
lot
It's like
easier.
telling someone with anxiety, don't have anxiety.
Don't be sad.
Don't be. Why are you anxious? Just stop.
But you know what? Hopefully, the more that we talk and discuss the need to calm your nerves or whatever, I'm definitely more scared for part 2 than I am for
part
this. But it's fine.
Part two
Before
is the fun
we
part.
get
It's the
into
fun
part
part.
2, I think the whole point of like doing this series of women empowerment is really just to get women from like all spectrums and like from all areas of life to just have a conversation with. I think at the beginning when I was thinking about all of this and I was like speaking to a lot of other people, everyone kind of said the same thing, that it was like, when we're dealing with women, no problem. For the girlies, 100%.
Yes, 100%, yeah.
And I think it was really interesting because a lot of us are in such different areas and like spectrums of just life and our careers. But probably the main or like the goal at the beginning was just like, if it's for the girlies, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, I think we have just a few questions to ask, kind of just to, I guess, let people get to know you.
Okay.
And then, like, we'll see where it goes.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So, do you want to tell people how we know each other? How we met? I actually am curious as to how you would answer that. Let's get straight into it. Let's not waste time. I mean, there are many ways you could answer this question, and I think it's however you choose to answer it. That's what's gonna go on the internet.
Sipping tea.
Okay.
Literally.
Literally.
There's so many ways. Wow.
Mm.
Technically, I met you in high school.
There we go. That's very true.
I met you in
Doesn't
high
have
school.
to be a technicality.
You know, yeah. We met in high school and, you know, just kicked it off.
That's the story we're going with.
That's...
Okay. I'm fine with it.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. We can go with the actual story.
We'll put the disclaimer in for people to know. Okay, since we met in high school, what was your first impression?
Of you?
Yeah, and then I'll tell you why.
Yeah. At first, when I saw you, I was like, she's very pretty, but I think she knows she's pretty.
Really?
Yeah, so you know, like the way you walked around, I was like, ah. But then I actually got to know you, and I'm like, oh, she's actually so nice.
Hectic.
So at first, like my first impression is like, because obviously you're older than me also, so I think you're a lot more confident in yourself as well when walking around.
Okay.
So I think it was easy to be like, I'm that girl type of thing.
That is so crazy. Because that could not have been further from the truth. But you know what? I actually like that because it's actually crazy like what people think of you versus like what you probably think of yourself and like what's the actual truth.
Yes.
No.
It's always walls apart.
I was confident. No, guys.
I feel like you were very confident and very like, you had no care in the world about anyone else.
That's for sure.
Like you were worried about yourself.
Hectic.
You gave that confidence. That's a good thing.
I'll take that as a compliment for sure.
Yeah.
I think, no, the first time I I saw you. I think it was obviously with intent to know
Who you are?
who you are.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of like, got a very stern face. You know? Yeah. What do you mean? Was that like the first time you're hearing that? So it was like, okay, this is, I kind of just need to gauge the situation a little more to be like, you know, I don't know if it's me, but I think but I think it's the same thing that you were saying. It was definitely something that was like, okay, we kind of have to have a conversation first to then see like the actual like truth about it. And I think after that it was like, it was more seamless, man. It was more
I feel like
fun.
it was, very flowy.
Interesting.
I get told that a lot. It's not on purpose though.
No, I agree. I always tell people the same thing as well. It's just standard. I think it's like factory setting by default. It's not intentional to do it.
So many people will tell me I'm unapproachable, and I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. Like,
it's just the way that it is.
Yeah, it's just
which sucks. But it's like, I think it would be more like disingenuous or more like inauthentic if I was walking around
smiling. Exactly.
Like, guys, you would tell that like, I don't know what
am I smiling at? Yeah, like, why am I smiling?
Hectic, man.
Literally, yeah.
What would you say that like high school was like, especially like being a girl?
Oh, high school it was so many things. It was good, but it was such a peer pressured environment.
Okay, that's
So I feel like everywhere you turned, there was always someone wanting you to do something. And you know, it's not always the best for you, but like all your friends are doing it, you need to do it. You
it's
know?
kind of like deciphering
like
what
who you
want to do and
yes.
what.
So you kind of have to like find your place. I think the first few years of high school were like just crazy because you came in with old friends and then you met new friends and then they didn't click and then you were fighting and then it was dynamics and then it's like, okay, now you think it's a good for us type of thing.
The biggest thing with like girls especially was like the dynamic of friendship and just like with everybody else. But we won't get into that because we are here for women empowerment. Although I think it's very interesting because I think the older that I get, the more difficult it is for me to make friends.
100%.
And it's like, I think it's a lot easier for men because it's just like, oh, you got cool shoes, but like, where'd you get them?
Hey,
and
bro.
then like,
you
friends with on the get-go. And I think for like women or me especially, there's just so much thought that's going on in my head before I actually just say hello.
Exactly.
And that's all that is. And you know, it's funny because they're probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, and now we both are just not saying hello to each other because that's crazy, man. Do you think that like when you were in high school that you kind of knew like what you wanted to do?
No, not at all. Not at all. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a psychologist. And now I'm a personal trainer. So it was a drastic change. I think in high school, I was walking from a place of hurt and brokenness where I wanted to fix people.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't fixed. And then I healed and I fixed everything. And then I realized I don't want to talk to people for a living. It's really not my thing.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, drastic change, big change.
But then how did we go from like psychology to becoming a fitness like personal trainer? Because that is
it's a big
like polar opposites, you know.
So I started training in 2020 in my matric year, and the previous year I lost my granny, and so it was just like a downhill for that entire year. I was just there. I was a human being, and then I started training, and then I saw the mental shift that training comes with, and the ease that comes with it. That it just soothes all the pain. You know, it just gives your mind that time to breathe, that time to be like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. And then the more I trained, the more I realized that women in the gym are always put into a corner. And always told, stay there. You know, don't go there. And the men like to intimidate women in the gym. You know, I have big muscles, you don't come here type of thing. And the more I trained and the more I spoke to women, I was like, you know what, this is our gym too.
Yeah.
We pay the same membership you pay.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your body is just as important as the next.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's in fact you said a lot of things that were, I think, very important. And I think probably just in like promoting women empowerment this month, that being in the fitness sector doesn't negate the mental aspect of it. And I think
Definitely.
it's probably one of the biggest challenges that a lot of us do face, is that we probably don't associate it enough with like the fitness aspect of it. It's more just like, I need to lose weight and I
Yes.
hate doing it and I don't see the benefit of it, and it's like, I'd rather not do it. No, let me focus on other methods. And of course those methods work, right?
Yes.
But I think that there is, what you had said, just like the mental shift with understanding that in everything that you do, there can be benefit to it, especially the
100%, yeah.
mental like aspect of it. Okay. Do you think that like you would ever change like career paths?
I doubt it. I doubt it. I enjoy it. It makes me happy, and I enjoy teaching people to love themselves and love their bodies, and that the mental and the physical go together.
Yeah, 100%.
And that it's very possible for you to be in a pit and then come out and feel 10 times better just by starting to love yourself and to see yourself in a different light, and to just, you know, put that time and effort into yourself. And I'm not an office girly, so I can't sit in front of a
desk all day and deal with.
No, so I need to be up and going, because my brain cannot stay in one thing for long. Like I'm always on the move.
That.
So.
Yeah. I think the other thing that you mentioned that's very worthwhile talking about is that I think also just being a mental health advocate myself, that a lot of the things that they talk about is there's this holistic approach, and of course there is, you know, dealing with it and talking about it and going through whatever steps it is that's necessary.
Yeah.
And then the big aspect of it as well is also just your physical health. That plays such a major contribution to the way that you feel, and then obviously it becomes a spiral thing. So I think also just learning to have a more positive image when it does come to like gym and fitness will probably also help just doing it. Because I know, like for me especially, one, going to a new gym, going to the gym alone for like, you know, the first time you're starting gym is so nerve-wracking.
It is, yeah.
Because one, you're like, everyone's looking at me and the chances are they don't care about you.
Yeah.
And then two is like, are people gonna tell me that I'm doing it wrong or whatever? And it's like, if you are doing it wrong, they should probably just help you, right?
Yeah.
But there's also just so many other things, because it's like, I don't want to go lift weights because like all the men are there.
In that section,
and then I don't want to be dressed in a certain manner because I don't want people staring at me. And then it's like, by the time all of these things have happened, I'm just like, I'm not going to gym.
Exactly.
And then eventually it becomes a thing that you now associate gym with all of these factors, instead of just it having to be just another stress reliever or a place to kind of just de-stress from. Okay. So then how would you say that like your like gym experience has been to like get you to where you are now with the way that you see like gym and being a personal trainer?
I think it's been a roller coaster. It's been up and down. It's not been one straight road. It really teaches you resilience. It teaches you consistency. It teaches you discipline. I think people don't put enough credit on the gym and the people that are consistent within the gym, because it's not easy to wake up day in and day out and go to that place. Like there's days where your body will literally just tell you, look, go eat that piece of cake. And then you eat the cake anyway. But that's not the point. You go to the gym after. You know
those
what? Types of things.
There's 2 points that I really liked that you have posted about. One of them was the fact that you don't shy away from the fact that you still have a sweet tooth, and that you still eat what you want, but there's obviously balance with it. I think that's probably the other thing as well, with like this narrow like
road
with what people think being in like your fitness era
means.
And I think that's probably where the consistency of it dies, because you just try this like, oh man, I'm going into this diet and like cutting out everything, and it would last for like the first 2 weeks, and then you're done, sugar crash again afterwards. And then the other thing that you had, I think recently you had made a post about saying that even though you've been through like in the fitness sector for such a long time, that sometimes you still feel like you aren't making any progress because you're not physically seeing it.
Yeah.
And I think that was so nice because a lot of people usually just stop because I don't see the benefit or the
Yes,
progress
yeah.
of it. And it's like there are just certain things that take longer,
Exactly.
but
yeah.
it's also not the main focus of like why you're doing it. There are other benefits of it. And I think that was very nice because a lot of things that you see, especially like on social media, is just the glitz and the glam
of it all, yeah.
and it's like all these beautiful women in their gym fits looking like, and you're like,
how do I relate to that?
I do not
Yeah.
apply. You know, this is not applicable to my life.
Exactly.
But I think that's just the other thing as well, just being true and authentic with your experience and understanding that although there is this like routine that people could follow, it's different from body to
body, 100%.
But yeah, no, that's interesting, man. How would you say that like your like mental health, or how would you say that you boost like your mental health whenever you're going through
something? First and foremost, I pray.
Love that.
So I love the gym, but I wouldn't have the gym without God.
Yeah.
I think God definitely pushed me to that place. Like He knew that I was down and out. So whenever I really just have like a really bad day, I'd usually pray and I put on a worship song and I'll just literally listen to the words. And that usually gets me going and gets me, you know, makes me feeling better, makes me feeling like, okay, I might not be where I want to be right now. I might be a bit sad, a bit down. Life could be crashing around me, but there's a plan and a purpose for my life, and I need to get up.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's a moment. It's not your life.
Exactly.
It's a little
exactly.
phase that it is that you're going through.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you like make, or how would you encourage women who are like going to the gym for the first time to not feel as overwhelmed opening the door?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is walking with confidence.
Okay.
Believe in yourself, believe in what you can do, believe in your body. I think that's the biggest thing. The gym, as intimidating as it is, if you walk in there looking like you know what you're gonna do, everyone just like, oh, you're that girl. You might be in your head being like, whoa, what's that?
What I'm doing.
Literally.
Yeah.
There's so many days where I feel like that because like you're just having a down day, but on the outside you just exert that confidence. Everyone's like, okay, cool.
Look at
Karishma,
guys.
yeah, literally. And then no one worries about you after that because you walked in with that confidence.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk in kind of shoulders down, head down, people are automatically going to want to help you.
Yeah.
Which obviously brings attention to you. Which is, nothing's wrong with help. Nothing at all. But if you want that, walk into the gym and no one looks at me, no one talks to me, just put your mask on.
Yeah.
Walk with your shoulders held high. And, you know, even if you do a little research before you go into the gym, like, okay, today I want to do leg day, these are the machines I'm using.
Yeah.
Having a structure, having a plan, that helps with that confidence.
No, for
So
sure.
that you go in, you're like, okay, straight to the treadmill to warm up, then I'm going here, then I'm going there. It just helps with that confidence because you have a structure, you have a plan in motion. So you go in there and you know exactly what you're doing. Your confidence gets lowered when you walk into the gym and you're like, oh, where do I go now?
And you're overwhelmed.
And you're
I think
overwhelmed,
it just gets fed in with like looking at everybody else, knowing what they're doing, and you're like, I've got no
idea
clue what to start it with.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, before we carry on, what's it like being a woman? Which is such a complex question to ask someone. Because I think sometimes like when like, you know, when you look at all the videos like on like social media, there's always these very distinct features that I think they associate men with and like women with.
Yes.
Which sometimes I'm like, okay, I agree with this part, and then the other part I'm like, okay, I actually agree with like the men's perspective or the side of it as well.
Yeah.
Which I suppose then probably just adds on to just as much as there's probably a collective ideology of like what it does mean to a woman, I think it also just is different from person to person.
100%. It's a broad question. to be a woman, I feel like it's so many things. Like, it's amazing, but it's also scary at the same time, because as a woman you are held to a higher regard, and the eyes are on you always. You know, they always think a woman's gonna fall first before a man. So when you're in your workplace, you need to be held, you need to hold yourself higher. You know, you need to make sure that you make no mistakes, or the least amount of mistakes from your colleagues. So I feel like being a woman is great, and it shows you a lot. It strengthens you. But in being a woman in South Africa, it's like you always need to be aware of your surroundings. You need to be on the lookout. You need to also always make sure that you have your best interest at heart, and that even if you are a soft, kind person, sometimes not everyone has the best intentions. You know, especially in the workplace and with your daily interactions. Not everyone has good intentions with you. And so you always need to be hyper vigilant.
Yeah, that's true. So then, would you say that like being a woman in like the personal training and like being a fitness influencer, that it's like different from maybe the way that men are perceived
in the fitness industry? 100%. I think men are the golden boys. You know, like they the golden child of the fitness industry.
And just to put a disclaimer out, like, this isn't supposed to be like we hate men or like this hate man campaign. It genuinely isn't that. Like,
No,
and I
not
don't
at
want
all.
like people to now perceive it as like this constant like comparison or complain about men have it better or easier. This genuinely is also just to give a perspective from a woman's
point of view,
and it doesn't have to now be, you know, slammed with we hate men. We don't hate men.
We don't hate men. We love men.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Sorry, yeah.
What was the question?
Like, what is there like differences with like being a woman in the like fitness industry?
Okay,
as compared to men?
I think it's a lot easier for a man to gain respect in the fitness industry, because a man will walk in and they'll already trust that man because he's a man. Whereas the woman has to show her knowledge, she has to show that she knows what she's doing a lot more than a man would need to show it.
Yeah.
So it's that aspect of men in the simplest form, they get it a lot easier within the gym. Because I don't know what's this connotation that the men know best within the gym. I think it's obviously starting from 50 years ago, way back, when obviously there was only men in the gym.
Yeah,
so,
I get that.
It's a lot more difficult to bring your name up within a fitness industry as a woman, because you need to work 10 times harder, you need to be 10 times smarter, you need to have 10 moves extra, just so that you can come at least to the same level as where the men are. So it's a lot more difficult to gain that respect and to gain that, okay, she knows what she's doing, that men just kind of walk into and be like, okay, he must know what he's doing.
I think it's important then also for us to change the way that we think, and I think also just the perspective that we have in regards to certain things. I think like we'd be lying to ourselves if we had certain like things done, and I think again it's the way that it's always been, and so now having to restructure the way that you now do things, it's difficult, but I think it's also just important for us to then try to put the same energy out there that we would want to receive, like from other people.
100%.
Okay. And then like just like your overall experience since you've now, because I remember you posted on like a few weeks ago that like you are officially, I don't know how it works to become a fitness trainer. I don't know how that works. How does that work?
So within Virgin Active, I became a personal trainer. About two months ago. You just apply for the position, and then obviously they accept you once they like you, I guess. So it was one of those things. It's been a long time coming. It was just like I needed to get all my ducks in a row first and mentally step into that space of it, working for myself and obviously working off commission. And so it was just more of a mental shift that I needed to make and get ready for than anything else.
And how's it been?
It's been there's so many emotions, I won't lie. It's been hectic, working for yourself, having to get up on your own accord is not easy, when you have a boss at the end of the line saying, yo, your shift starts at 9, where are you? It's easy, but when it's you that needs to wake you up, it's a different
There's a different level of accountability that comes with it.
Exactly.
Because it's just you.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's a good point that you made mention of, because I think it's the same thing with like mental health as well. That of course you do get assistance and help from other people, but if you don't put in the work, nobody's going to get you to where you need to be.
Exactly.
And it's such a mental fight that you have to do, that I think probably a lot of people don't acknowledge just how much it takes out of you to really get yourself out of a rut, or it's getting up every single day to go to the gym and to do certain things.
Yes.
So I think that's a very good thing to have made mention.
What's up, guys? My name is Karishma, and I am here today with Shara. Ew. What's up, guys? My name is Karishma, and today I am with Sherelle, and we are doing a quick Women's Day video.
Yay!
Okay,
I'm not excited, but I'm excited.
This is part of unfailing yourself, guys. You need to put yourself first. So we're going to give you a quick, easy workout at home, full body workout. No equipment needed, literally just a mat and some water. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
First
not even
exercise.
wasting any time. Let's do this. There's no time to waste.
No time to waste. We ain't got
Okay.
no time. No time like the present.
Love that.
So first one we're going to do is we're going to do a plank up and down. So what you're going to do first is get into a plank position. Okay. So bum down. Everything in line with each other. From there, you're going to come up onto your palms and back down. The regressed version of this is just your knees down and then bum down as well, and then coming up. Okay, we're going to do this 12 times. Are you ready?
So ready.
Let's go. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
Well, you actually can't talk.
4.
Sorry. This is the only way I'm going to get through this, so that I can complain a little bit every now and again. Okay.
Nice. That's 9.
Okay.
10, last 2. 1 more. Nice. It's called a walk down, and we're going to add a squat into it. So we're going to do 4 walks with the palms, and then here, and squat. Okay. Ready? 12 times. Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's all up, guys. Jesus.
And squat.
Wow.
Here we go.
Karishma, this is not beginner friendly. There's nothing beginner friendly about this.
This is super beginner friendly.
Huh?
This is super beginner friendly. So knee all the way up and toe.
Oh, up also.
Okay. Knee all the way up and toe. Nice. Knee all the way up.
Okay.
Knee all the way up. There we go. Nice. 1 more. Okay. Opposite leg. Nice.
I can feel it.
Feel the abs. Abs of steel.
Huh?
They're gonna be abs of steel.
Love that. Do they come in next week?
Maybe like 6 months.
Maybe.
So we're gonna go from a wide squat to a narrow squat. So you're gonna start here, feet shoulder width apart, toes in line with the knees. Gonna go down, squat, bring the one leg in, and squat. Then take the opposite leg out and squat, opposite leg in and squat.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do 6 as well. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go out and squat, in and squat, opposite leg out and squat, in and squat. Nice. Opposite leg out and squat, in and squat.
Okay.
Out. Squat, keep breathing. In and squat. Nice. Okay, so next one we're doing is a reverse lunge plus a knee drive. So feet shoulder width apart, toes and knees in line with each other. You're going to take a step back all the way down and bring that knee all the way up.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 6 on each side. Let's go. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. Okay, 3. 4. Nice. 5. Nice. 2. 3. Keep going. 4. Keep breathing. 5. Last one. Nice work. So this is called the reverse plank.
Okay.
All you gotta do is hands behind you, feet in front of you. From here, you're gonna lift everything up. Okay. And you're gonna hold it for 20 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just starting.
Yeah. Okay, lift your bum and hips up. Perfect. Hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, breathe, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And that, my good people, is a full body home workout. No equipment needed.
It's not hazardous at all, guys. So good.
Everything works out.
How many sets would you normally do?
So with this, because it's 6 exercises, I'd recommend 4 sets with 12 reps. That'll give you a good 45 minutes to an hour workout.
What about your breaks in between?
Breaks in between, nothing too long. Between 20 and 30 seconds, nothing longer than a minute.
Okay.
If you go over the 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But I'd recommend 30 seconds at most. You want to keep that heart rate pumping, that blood flowing. You don't want your body to
Have a message for like women.
for women,
Or for people, everyone.
people, for women.
Okay.
I would say in life, believe in yourself, believe in your purpose, because you are put on this earth for a reason. Walk in that purpose. No matter who says what, you know what you were called to do. Follow it through. Like that confidence you put behind yourself and behind your purpose will get you so far. There's always going to be people around you saying you can't do it, but you know what's on your heart. You know what God has led you to. So move with it, groove with it, have fun, and don't let anyone stop you from doing you.
That is so nice. That is very sweet.